Hello and welcome back. So today we're going through more coins in my grandfather's tin of coins grandfather collects. I did promise that last time we were going to be looking at a gold coin that he gave me. I made a video ages and ages and ages ago. Well, he gave to my mother, who gave it to me. However, I've got some interesting two other coins because I've been to the London Coin Fest since recording my last World Coin Hunt, and I wanted to start off with them. So we're gonna focus on those. If you want to see that extra gold coin, do comment down below to let me know you guys are interested in seeing that one. So we'll have a peek in the tin. We're making good progress through the coins. We've got some pre-decimal pennies which we'll pick a random envelope of, and then we'll be carrying on working through these random assorted bags of world coins which have been put together. Firstly, though, we'll have a look at my Numista front page. Numista is the website I use to log my coin collection on. Highly recommend it. I'm not sponsored or incentivized to send you over there, but I think it's a fascinating and well worth logging your collection on just to see the heat map of the world. You can also come and spy on other people's collections, and I hear there's lots of trading to be had over on Numista too, so highly recommend it. But for now, let's look at some coins. So I purchased 2 coins at the London Coin Fair. I have got cheat sheets off to the side. They came with little dockets which briefly outlined what they were, which helped me inordinately in sort of identifying the coins. So this is a really cool little square or rectangular coin. It's Japanese, minted or created between 1867 and 1912. It is a value of 1 shu, which is 1/16th of a ryu apparently. It's a silver coin. It's lovely, and I wasn't going there for anything in particular, but this just jumped off of the tray to me. I was like, I have to have this. Reasonably priced as well. I was very grateful for the awesome price and the little discount that they applied without me asking, because I hate haggling and dealing, so I was happy to pay whatever it was, and they knocked a couple of pounds off it for me, which is very cool. But no, it's a lovely little thing, and I think a really superb little piece for my collection. That's the first coin then. We then move on to a coin even with a little docket, which proved very difficult to identify just on Numista where this coin is from. So that was a little bit tricky, but it's a fascinating bit of coin. We've got the details there. So it's supposedly now minted between 1556 and 1605. It's part of the Mughal Empire. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not, but anyway. So Numista classes that as India. By far and away one of the oldest coins I'm adding to my collection. It is, I think, from identifying online, 1 tanka, which is a denomination of rupees, which seems to baffle me. But minted in 1556 to 1605. Even that later date, the 1605, is a long time ago. But yeah, details on the coin are a little bit tricky to ascertain, but that is what the docket seemed to signify the coin was, and the closest thing I could find to it on Numista. But no, a lovely, wonderful little bit of coin history there. Again, I always talk about these old coins in like the 1800s, the purchases this may have made, the coin may have made, but think about that. I mean, that is just absolutely mind-blowing. And it's a hefty lump of, I think it's copper. The Numista seems to identify it as a little quite silvery in colour though. But anyway, what do I know? I can only go off of the knowledge of the coin dealer, who seem to know a thing or two. So I will trust in their docket that I purchased it with. But there we go, another cool coin for my collection. As usual, we're going to grab a random. These are there's some 1910s. Pre-decimal coinage. We'll just empty those out. I'll try and split the half pennies and keep them all together. We'll start with the half pennies, which you can see we've got a fair few of. So here we have George V. That's from 1918. I don't know much about 1910s in coinage, so if anything is a very low mintage, I won't know until the edit, but no, that's a pretty cool coin. Again, we're looking at these coins thinking, God, these are old, aren't they? Minted in 1914. We just had coins that were much older than that. There we go, 1914. This one's been a bit battered, but for a coin of that age, it's quite understandable, really. Next up we have 1913, I think that is. I'm just going to reorganise the coins off the side to make it easier for you, Christopher, whilst editing. So I hope you thank me for that. But there we go, another halfpenny, 1913. Again, same monarch as previously. Whoopsie, dropping it. Another George V. This is 1918, so the end of the end of the First World War even. Get my history right. Again, very worn down, not much detail to be had on that. More detail on this side though, which is quite cool. And then the last of the halfpennies, halfpennies, is a 1916 halfpenny. Again, lovely bit of British history and coin history there. Moving on to the pennies, we start at the bottom of the pile with a 1917 penny. Very cool. Oops, knocking things flying. Next up we have another 1917. Again, no idea whether any of these years are scarce. This is 1916, so we're getting a little bit older there. Interesting sort of toning on there, isn't it? 1916 again. I've no idea if there are variants or anything, and that's part of the fun of editing these videos. I get to learn an awful lot about the coins themselves, which I think is neat. I've got a bit of a basic understanding of pre-decimals, but we haven't had this one this year yet. 1919. Nice. I'll be filling out my date run if anything else. Next up is 1917 again. A very nice condition for coins of their age, aren't they? 1918 again. Getting a couple of common running years. So it seems to be 17s and 18s. Oh, 1915, there we go. Another year we haven't had today. I've no idea if I've already got these years in my collection though. It'll make interesting editing. And the final of the pre-decimal pennies before getting to the wider world coin hunt is 1917. Very nice. A good little stash of coins there. Moving on to the wider world coins, we start with a very modern in comparison to the coins we've been looking at. This is 10 euros, or the 10 euro cents. And this is French, 19, so you say 19, 2002. Lovely. Is that Marianne? Marianne appears on the stamps, doesn't she? And I'm sure Marianne is the sort of, not a historical figure, I don't believe. It's sort of an embodiment of French morals and values, I think, is at least my general understanding. Next up, we have 500 pesetas. The Royal Madrid mint mark up there. 500 pesetas, that sounds like a large denomination. We've got an edge inscription we'll come to in a moment. Juan Carlos and Sophia. Oh, so that'll be the King and Queen, right? 1989. It's an interesting shape because it's a circular coin with this sort of border which makes it look different, which is cool. Edge inscriptions, it looks like we've just got some crests. I see a crown. I'm not sure what these markings are. But no. Either way, that's a high denomination, pretty cool. Moving on, we've got ourselves a Greek 5 drachmas, 1998, with this cool portrait. I'm not sure if I've seen one of these before. This could be a new coin to the collection, which would be quite nice. It's all about finding new countries, new coins, new years, new mint marks, or just low denominations. Here is 1 kroon, 1998, and that is Norwegian. It's a lovely design. A coin we have seen before, but it could be a new coin for the date run. This is Swedish 1 krona. It's from 1978. Again, fairly cool. Rustling around in the bags. Oh, some of them seem to have sealed themselves again. This is from Thailand. This will be 5 baht. Obviously the year will be these last 4 characters there, which I plug into the date converter that I use online, which is very, very helpful. We have a Soviet CCP, the USSR to us. 2 kopecks from 1991. Picked up a fair few Soviet coins from this tin, which is quite nice. I don't have many Soviet coins. Although interesting, I did ask the question, I can't remember what the response was, if there was much response. Would you put Soviet coins under your Russian coins or separate, because the Soviet Union was obviously more than just Russia? I separate them at the moment. And I've got to go back and re-separate out the Soviet ones I titled as Russia. We're back in Sweden here with 1 krona. With this very cool little, it's quite simplistic, but very pretty in its own way. Crown on there. We have Carl the 16th there. Gustav. What was the year on that? 2002, so relatively recent. Generally speaking, that is, considering the years of coins we've looked at today already. We're in Germany with a 1992, very good vintage. Little F there denotes the F mint mark. Obviously there's 5 different mints that make German coins. 2 Deutschmark, featuring again, I would imagine this is a politician. I've seen a couple of these coins from this tin, all different politicians for West Germany. Again, another interesting edge inscription, which is upside down, I think. I speak very broken German, so I have no idea what that says, but it's a cool coin. Next up, we've got a giant 5 kronor. So this is Swedish from 1982. It's a very large coin with very large text on it as well. I think it's quite neat. Imagine the design you could have put on a coin of this size. We've got a really nice intricate design on that. We're in Italy now. 200 lira, 1979. We've seen this design with the gear many a time in the past, but not for quite a while, so that's a neat one. We've got a big old coin here. So this one is French Polynesia, 100 francs. I have seen this design before. 1982. I believe they're fairly low minted in general terms, but I have seen this design. It was in a nicer quality before, but the sort of grunginess of this adds a bit of character to the design, it must be said. But no, very nice. Pretty little picture, isn't it? Next up, we're in Singapore with a 1982 20 cents. Oh, that's a beautiful design, isn't it? So this is the one, and I'm going to forget his name for the 3rd or 4th time. It's the same designer that designed the Australian 20 cents with the platypus. I said it was reminiscent of that, and it turns out it's the same engraver, or same designer, I should say. And my memory is completely blanking on his name. Someone Dent, is it? Maybe not. Anyway, moving swiftly on before I keep digging myself this hole. We have got a Spanish 1 peseta. To flip round, you can see Franco on there. There's 1966 date on this, but these little stars either side of the una denote the actual year this coin was minted, which could be very different. But no, it's a long old date run to have of those pesetas, which would be cool to have all of them, but there we go. We're in the Netherlands now with a 1972 1 Gulden with Queen Juliana. Very nice. I've seen that coin a fair few times. Very early coin hunt, world coin hunts. I used to get them by the bucket load. We're back in Germany with 1 Deutschmark, 1978. Cute little coin, isn't it? F mint mark there. Bundesrepublik Deutschland. The very scary, ominous looking eagle. I much prefer this later. Is it a later eagle or is it an earlier eagle used on these coins? Oh yeah, a later one. It's a lot more welcoming than this. Is quite a scary looking eagle. But no. Oh, it's got edge inscription as well. Of some description. Well, that's pretty cool. Another neat coin. We're going to go for a couple more coins before we wrap up. Try and get to the bottom corners of these bags for coins that were trying to evade me. Ooh, that's a pretty shape, isn't it? It's going from Hong Kong, right? Yes, Hong Kong, $2, 1978. A nicely scalloped coin. Fascinating shape. And a pretty cool coin as well. This one's been got a bit grubbied up, but there we go. Happy to find an interesting coin like that. Right then, last coin for the video. We're pulling out Euro 5 cent, and this is from France, from 1999, with a little B privy mark there. You know what? We're going to go for one more. That wasn't as interesting a coin as I was hoping to end off on, so let's go for one more. Ah, this is more interesting. South Africa, 1979. This is 50 cents, I believe, is the denomination. Not rand, is it? It could be. I think rands are like the pounds and cents are like the pennies, or the sort of British equivalents. But no, beautiful little bit of flora there. Well, very cool. We've got South Africa, Sweden, Africa, 1970. There's a whole bunch of, at least the South African coins I have hunted through and catalogued, a lot of different variations in terms of the spelling of South Africa on the coin, which is again fairly interesting. Well, we've been through a whole bunch of cool coins, really fascinating stuff. We're going to look back at my new Mr. Front page to see whether any new countries, new coins, whatever it happens to be, the impact this video's had on my collection. And there we go, to wrap off this video, some really fascinating coins. So many interesting coins, I would struggle to pick a favourite personally, but I'm sure you'll let me know down in the comments which is your favourite coin from today's video. You've got plenty of very interesting looking coins, historical coins, old coins, modern coins to pick from. For those that watch this far in the video, you might be interested to know that I have a Discord server. You can click the link down in the description to come and join that. Alternatively, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and there's the PO box you can write into should you wish. Now, as ever, all that leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I shall see you next time for more coins. Bye.